Okay, we're gonna keep this short and simple. We're gonna go into public lobbies. Um, at some point, one way or another, I'm going to get a couple of. I'm going to try to get a video started with a couple of other clan members for you guys to meet. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. For a couple of other clan members for you guys to meet, and what I want to happen is not not a scrim, but I want to say like a friendly game of hide and seek. Although it is like currently 11 o'clock right now, so like 11 p.m., not a.m. Sorry. Um, so by the time this video gets posted, it'll be whatever. As of right now, honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run some personal gameplay. Screw the public servers, honestly. Very quick thing I will say. Watch the other two videos on my channel. They'll kind of describe what's going on. If you want any other input, you can always message me personally. I'll link my Meta account and my Discord, as well as my Instagram, if you feel like reaching me on there as well. I might be a very little cautious, though, so I'll be like, hey, who's this? And then you'll have to tell me how you know me. If I don't know you, bye-bye. Or if you've seen me from the channel. So, yeah, I'm just going to do some personal gameplay, talk about some stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Okay, so one of the things that I want to bring up is I've noticed recently that there's been a thing going around about 120 hertz being bannable, because apparently it lags out people's game. I'm gonna throw some insight on that. It's not bannable because a lot of people, especially people I've met, currently run at those hertz haven't been banned. I don't know why people would say it gets banned. I don't know why people say it's bannable. It's just something I've been hearing a lot of. I don't, like I said, I don't understand it. I don't run at 120 hertz. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure 120 hertz is not bannable, especially since that's what a lot of the Gorilla Tag players play at or used to play at. I don't know. I run 72, and I can even show you guys that I run at 72 if you'd like. But basically, I kind of wanted to clear things up on that. Like I said, I could be wrong. I could be giving false information, but I'm 82% sure that 120 hertz is not bannable. Another thing I want to talk about is I know a lot of people who've seen the last two videos have noticed that I don't have accessories, or just haven't been paying attention enough to care. And some people I've actually met in games and stuff have have made fun of other people for not wearing cosmetics. I personally, as a player, have acknowledged this, and I've seen this. I've had this happen to me before. I'm gonna spread this for a little bit of awareness. I need people to not make fun of other players just because they're not wearing accessories. Because I've met people that are probably ballin' as crazy rich in Shiny Rocks and just don't buy anything or just choose not to wear accessories. Because that's kind of just how they go. And a lot of people, I'm going to take this as a quote from my friend Theo. Theo, if you're watching this, thank you for bringing this to my attention. But Theo had acknowledged that there was a kid in his lobby wearing nothing but a party hat, insulting another kid who was only 7 about him not wearing accessories and calling him broke. Theo had then told me that this kid, as I said, who was only wearing a party hat, was 10. So he was a 10-year-old was making fun of a 7-year-old for not wearing accessories on the pretense that they could be broke. I, as a person, don't like it. Especially since I kind of go through this sort of situation almost every day. I don't like it. I'm gonna try to spread awareness about that. So thank you to Theo for bringing that to my attention. I would genuinely appreciate it if the people who do end up watching these videos wouldn't make fun of people just because they're broke or because they're not wearing any accessories, because you don't know the situation that they're in. Like me, that's why I've never made fun of somebody for being broke unless it was literally a joke. Oh man, I wanted to do that. And I don't appreciate the fact that multiple people have I don't appreciate that a lot of people have actually done this. I've met people that do this, and then there was Theo who actually confronted me, telling me about that somebody was doing that on one of his servers. When he looked at my channel, he noticed that I'm not toxic and whatnot, or I try not to be, right? And I'm not like most clans. Most clans are typically set up for the goal of just kind of being there. They're not there to be known or anything. They're just there. They don't have any goals, which I find sort of ridiculous. Now, obviously, as a clan leader, I cannot judge people for how they run their clan. Can I make commentary about it? Sure, but can I judge them for it? No. It's not my clan. Whatever they do with their clan is their business. I'm not gonna judge them for how they make their clan. All I say is, if you make a clan, make sure it's acknowledged, or try to set goals for your clan. As I said in my previous video, I have things set up. I want to get players in the clan, and then I want to, and then eventually at some point, I want to be acknowledged by some of the greater clans, like TTT, or just even the lesser clans, the lesser but greater clans. I want to be acknowledged by them. I don't appreciate the fact that people are constantly dissing on clans for, not being good enough. I really hate that. I really hate that a lot of people end up disrespecting clans and stuff and don't take them seriously, because a lot of people don't actually put any effort into actually running a clan. They just sort of be like, oh yeah, no, we just kind of have this clan around, we don't really intend to do anything with it. I don't like that. I don't know why I started talking about that, honestly. I think it was just something I had to bring up, since I was bringing awareness to other things. Another thing I definitely want to bring awareness to here is the amount of toxicity that I find. This has happened within my own clan as well. And I'll admit, I've even been toxic before, but I do apologize for it. I'm not toxic on purpose. I swear I'm not. We were playing with this one kid. His name was Rye Guy. He's super cool kid. I actually really liked him a lot. He was a nice kid. He was trying out for the clan, and my two friends joined while I was trying to try him out. And then eventually they kind of started making fun of him because he wasn't that skilled. Eventually I started laughing too, I did apologize in the end. If any of you want to like see the messages and stuff on that, I'm more than welcome to show you. I did indeed apologize. I meant zero disrespect to him whatsoever. What was it? So, back to the toxicity thing, since I'm here. I've seen a lot of toxicity happening. At one point, I was trying to record a video. It's never going to be posted, sadly. Because a lot of events happened in the middle of that recording. And I can't post it for a lot of reasons. It's not even that, like, anything happened, like, inappropriately. It wasn't a good enough of a quality to just show you guys. And I want to, like, make good videos for you guys. Well, to the best of my ability, of course. And like I said, I'm doing all of this without any editing. So if you comment on something, like saying it's bad, it's your SOL. As to what that means, I will not say it because I'm gonna try to keep things family friendly on this channel. Now, I will admit I do cuss, but I'm gonna try not to cuss in these videos because I want them, like most Gorilla Tech YouTubers, I want them to be family friendly enough to where a lot of other people will enjoy the content, and especially for people who aren't, even for people who aren't affected by it. But I know that there are a lot of people out there on the internet these days who are still affected by these cuss words and stuff. So if you're a venturing YouTuber, please don't swear. At least not on camera. Because if you want to end up being these kids' childhoods and stuff, you gotta be a bit nicer. Oh, finally. That's one of the reasons why I made this YouTube channel. Was because I wanted to bring awareness to just everything. I want to make people happy. I want people to enjoy the content that I create. And I want people to enjoy, the things that I do. Oh man. And I will admit, I do rage sometimes. But for you guys, I'm gonna try to keep everything on the down low. So I'm not going to go into depth about my problems a whole lot. But I will venture into the community's problems a lot. Especially when I'm not, because this was all I could really think about for the last few hours after experiencing a lot of it within my some of my servers and stuff. Now I won't say who made fun of Rye Guy. I'm not that bad. I'm not going to out them that badly. But I will say that there was a lot of disrespect on his name. And I will admit I did take part of it. But I wasn't being the disrespectful one. I was just kind of laughing at the whole thing, which I understand isn't a good thing. So, as I said to Rye Guy, I am sorry. I don't try to be toxic on this game, especially to a lot of other players. So, I do want to try to, if you decide to join my clan, please don't be toxic. Because I do kind of hate toxicity, especially for the clan. Because I don't want my clan to be known as toxic. I don't want people to have that kind of, disrespect on their names. For things that they might not have even done. So, if you intend to join my clan, don't be toxic. Okay, if you intend to be in videos in the future, say you find this channel, don't be toxic. Okay, I try my hardest, and I don't want people being toxic. I was telling the kids earlier to not be toxic. They weren't completely listening. Like I said, I'm not gonna out their names or anything. I want to bring awareness to that. Okay, another thing I want to bring awareness to, and I don't think I've brought this up, like, ever, in the last 3 videos that I've made, is, it's not necessarily toxicity in this case. There's been a lot of kids recently who have joined the game because, you know, they got a new Oculus for Christmas, and they saw Gorilla Tag and was like, ooh, I want to try this. When I first saw Gorilla Tag, I think it was 2022? Something like that? I don't know. I think it was like 23 or something, and I was playing on my mom's Oculus at the time. Right? So I was like, oh, this is sick. Right, eventually, I got my mom's Oculus, and I asked her, and I was like, can I download this game? Because at that point, it was kind of just me using it. I was like, hey, can I download this game? She's like, I don't care. So I was like, okay, sweet. So I started downloading Gorilla Tag. And the first thing I noticed upon joining the game is that there were so many people swearing in the lobbies, being disrespectful. But the notable thing that I noticed was the amount of kids being disrespectful to me as a new player, saying like, oh yeah, you suck, like you're new, etc. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry for being new. That's not really my fault though, you know? Oh, I know I could make that jump. Yeah, nah, not today. Like, I'm sorry for being new, you know, I was apologizing for something that wasn't my fault. You know, like, sorry I didn't get the game a lot sooner, but, like, that's not my fault. But I see this a lot, especially to this day. Like, there are kids getting Oculuses for their, like, birthdays or for Christmas. And it's like, you know, these kids, they're fresh and new to Gorilla Tag, and a lot of them are just catching disrespect because they're new. I want to know what's up with that, man. Like, it's one thing to make fun of somebody who's, like, legitimately not a good player and they've been playing for, like, a long time. Like, but, like, even then, still don't do it. But it's one thing to do it to them, because at least they understand the toxicity. But when it comes to the new players who've never touched this game, not once in their life, don't be mean. I did not like that. What the heck was that? Anyways, if you intend to be a long-standing member of my channel, don't be mean. You know, I will admit, I am not the nicest guy on the platform. I'm also not the meanest. I've seen kids that were so mean for no reason. And I catch toxicity from other players for, like, no reason. Like, there was a kid, right? Like, I was trying to collect people for a video, and this one kid comes up and is like, "Yo, shut that ass up!" And I'm like, "Dude, what'd I do?" Although I will say the nice thing about the guy was, when I asked him to not cuss, he did say, "Shut this crap up," and I was like, "Okay, that's better, thank you." So a lot of kids are still very nice about it. So, like, if I mentioned that, like, I'm actively recording a video, and I asked them politely to, like, oh, hey, can you, like, not cuss, please? I'll be like, yeah. And I asked him politely to not cuss. The fact that that kid was so willing to, like, not cuss or to change how he said what he said was much appreciated. And in future videos, when people cuss, I did mention that there will be a lot of non-editing. Like, most of this footage will be raw, like, straight on footage. But at some point or another, I will have to start editing most of these videos that I post specifically just because of the cuss words and stuff inside of them. Because cussing on the channel is a big no-no. Oh, what happened? So, if cuss words happen, for the first bit of recording, they'll have to be in the video. But I know somebody who said that they're willing to help me edit them, which I would be amazed by. I mean, especially since I'm 15, you know, and it'd be amazing to have an editor. Oh, there goes my fan. Oh, guys, it's gonna be a bit hot in here now. Is it weird that I can sometimes feel the air in that fan? I want to say it is, right? Anyways, how much time are we? Ooh, we're at like 20 minutes. I might have to cut this video up. Honestly, I want to say that that's really it for the video. Oh, wait, actually, no, I lied. There's one other thing. So if you do end up seeing this video, I will say, I'm not gonna be like those people where it's like, oh yeah, you're an OG member of the channel, thank you. I'm gonna be so honest. I'd have to figure out how to do it, but I want to see the name of my first subscriber. If I could see that, I would be very happy about it. You know, and I wanna appear on people's channels and stuff, or on people's, like, what's it called? Like, I met a dude today, right? I was like, hey man, can you and I collab? And at first he was like, yeah, I'm down. Eventually he kind of, like, no longer agreed to it because he was trying to also focus on his channel. So I was like, yeah, okay, that's absolutely fine, right? Like I said, I try not to be toxic, and I try not to cuss in my own videos. So if I do slip up, that is on me. I will even acknowledge it. Like, I'll make a cut or something, and I'll put it into the video. I wish YouTube had its own editing software. I think it does. I'm pretty sure YouTube Studios is its own editing software. I'd have to figure out a lot of how to use YouTube Studios, but eventually, you know, you guys will start to see better content. Like I said, it's a little hard being new at this content thing, because I don't want to just do videos that other YouTubers have done, you know? I want to be able to do videos that, I alone came up with, but at some point or another, I feel like I have to, you know? So, that's really all there is from me. I'm not cute anymore. Oh god, I don't even know why I did that. I don't know, I saw it as a trend at one point and thought it'd be funny. I wish I was editing right about now. Because, like, dear god, I want to cut that out of the video. Also, I will also acknowledge that if some of you guys are Christian, I will try to not use the Lord's name in vain as much as possible. I'm not Christian, but I do carry some Christian beliefs. I'm not an atheist, to be fair. I have Christian beliefs. But do I have a strict belief in God? No. I believe what I can see. But I will acknowledge that he does exist, based off of the immense amount of evidence that we've been given in the past. But I can't say for sure that I fully believe in him. But I will say, what the heck? I jumped up and I just, like, I hit something. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Anyways, I will acknowledge, though, that there is a God out there. Whether he's Roman, Christian, Buddhist, however you want to picture him, there's always a God. At first, I wasn't much of a believer. I'll admit it. But eventually, at some point, I kind of started to believe. But it wasn't because of the niceties of, oh yeah, there's a God, blah, blah, blah. And there wasn't all these people trying to, like, convince me of it. It was more that I read so much about, like, other gods, not just the God. Because I will say, these other gods definitely give me belief that there is something out there. Right? There's so much to go off of. So I will say that there is definitely a God out there. But like I said, the channel promotes zero toxicity, zero homophobiaism, or however it is you say it. I apologize. My grammar's not exactly up to date on that part. There's none of that. Like, you know,
Like, I've met people who are trans, bisexual, etc. There's no hate to them on this channel. If I see somebody who gets hated, I remove their comments, and I will potentially also kick them from the channel, or however I can, whatever I can do to ensure that this does stay as a family friendly, etc. type deal. Family friendly, just nice channel. So with that, that's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!